I originally started my career before being a police officer as a police community support officer. I think that gave me quite a good grounding in terms of what to expect. Having worked with police officers in that role, it gave me a good understanding of neighbourhood policing, how to work with the community, gather intelligence and things like that, which I really enjoyed. And I felt that I wanted to take the step further and become a police officer because it's something that I've always wanted to do since I was a child. I joined as a PCSO when I was 18. Prior to that, I was doing my A-levels. I hadn't been to university and I had a part-time job working in retail. So I had some experience of speaking to people and dealing with problems, people that were unhappy about services and things like that. So I think that gave me some good understanding. And then moving into the PCSO role, I developed my communication skills and my confidence around that, which then kind of took me onto the PC role. And then I did some time as a response officer, which I enjoyed, attending emergency calls and things like that. But I felt I wanted to go back to neighbourhood policing because I think I missed some of the local knowledge, the local contacts. So that for me, I think has always been my route. The main thing I really enjoy about being a police officer is engaging with the community, getting to know people. That's what I like about it. There is a lot more things in place now for people going into the neighbourhood policing role. They have a portfolio and there is more of a structure, whereas going back 6 or so years ago, there wasn't that in place. I've recently done an MVQ as well within community policing, which has benefit within the organisation and outside as well. In terms of the development, I've done things like taser training, 4x4 driver training, mental health training. My typical day as a neighbourhood police officer is I'm in uniform and I'm primarily out of the station. It does entail some admin work at times. I work a lot with other agencies, so housing, for example, the council, dealing with problem addresses. I may go with them to the address to try and resolve antisocial behaviour. A lot of it is around early intervention. If I'm informed that there's potentially some drug issues there, I will link in with the housing officer and we will try to resolve it early on so that it doesn't escalate. It's very diverse. You can, in many respects, focus on what your interests are to a degree. You're proactive, you can attend emergency calls, but at the same time, you may be going into a local school to deal with a vulnerable child. So there isn't necessarily a set plan on what you will do. It's very much a case of it's down to you to look at the local issues and focus on them and deal with them how you see fit. So that's definitely a draw for me. You work as part of a team as well with PCSOs and police officers, but at the same time, you're often working by yourself. Due to the community that I work in, there's a big Polish community, so I got involved with them. So I started to learn Polish, which has greatly helped in building that links with other communities. That was something I did in my own time and I found it quite interesting and it would help me engage with people, which it has. I've gained a lot of local contacts and people come directly to me to report issues or provide intelligence. I really like that they know me on a first name terms and they can ring me on my mobile or an email and say, Matt, I've got a problem, can you help me? That for me is a really thing that I like. I was awarded National Community Police Officer of the Year last year because I'd also been nominated for a local award via the local newspaper, Leicester Mercury, and which I won the Beat Officer of the Year. Leicestershire has got some quite key beat officers, some that have retired, some that are currently serving, that have been on their beats for many years, a lot longer than I've been on mine. So for me, they stick out in the stories that they've said and how their knowledge of the community was phenomenal, so that's what I look to. Qualities that make a good neighbourhood police officer: you've got to give people time and patience, be proactive, see things as a problem early on and try and intervene and prevent it from continuing to be a bigger problem. There's been a lot more focus around early intervention. That's a big thing because obviously down the line it reduces demand and the problems that may occur. So there obviously are issues around knife crime and we do a lot of proactive and engagement work with schools and the community, but definitely early intervention, that's a big thing. I really enjoy the neighbourhood policing role. It's always changing, it's always developing. There's new communities coming and going. So me personally, I like my role and I'm happy to stay where I am. I think that there are other avenues available, but I'm always developing the role and getting new skills, so I enjoy what I do. In the future, I may be interested in promotion as a sergeant, but as it stands at the moment, I like where I am and I enjoy it.